I was watching an interview with Zaur, one of the top Russian super heavyweight arm wrestlers, and he said something that I thought was pretty controversial statement as far as who he thought would win in a certain matchup. We're talking about Hermes Gasparini versus Denis Saplenkov. I'm curious to know what you guys think on this issue, but let's hear what Zaur said about this match here.
Я более чем уверен, если бы был бы у них арфайт, я бы поставил на Дениса не потому, что Эрмес слабый, потому что я считаю, что Денис максимально неудобен Эрмесу. Оба этих соперника борются от защиты. Что Денис борется от защиты, что Эрмес. Но Денис...
So he says Denis would win. He says that both counterattack, which I kind of tend to disagree with. I think Denis is a counterattacker. He has crazy endurance. But Hermes seems like the type of guy who's very, very explosive. He's an offensive attacker, and he tries to pin quickly and explosively.
Настолько выносливый, да, что если взять по шкале, допустим, да, ну, к примеру, я вот, допустим, взрывной там, да, я, допустим, с атакой ран начинаю, и потом у меня ТФ может упасть там, ну, до 50, допустим, да, то у Дениса она как сначала, допустим, 70-80 держится, и так она может минуту держаться.
So that's an interesting point when it comes to different genetic factors in arm wrestling. Like some people are explosive. Zaur, for example, said that he can start with 100 kilograms of pressure, and then after a couple seconds, it's only at 50 kilograms. That may be because he's a sprinter. He's more, genetically speaking, more advantageous at being explosive, but he doesn't have as much endurance to keep that power capacity up for as long, while Denis, for example, can give a certain amount of pressure and have the endurance to keep that pressure up for a long time. A lot of that is genetic. That's why when I hear people talking about training their endurance, yeah, you can train your endurance to a certain degree, but a lot of that is a genetic factor, and there's not much you can do about that.
Это давление 70 килограмм, минуту-две может держаться, то есть это проблема для всех будет. То есть если вот в его воды, как говорится, окунуться, то там никому не пойдет. Поэтому в этом плане я вот вижу, как Эрмес просто в первом раунде максимально Денис его измотает. Ему просто спешить не надо будет. Он минуты-две будет просто держать, потом просто Эрмес устанет, а остальные 5 раундов просто.
I kind of disagree. I think, especially if it's a 5-round match, I think that Hermes would win. I think he'd be able to pin pretty quickly in the first round. Might slow down a little bit in the second and third, but I think he would be able to win, in my opinion, especially considering that Denis is not as massive. I don't think his power is his top level strength is what it used to be, considering that he's a little bit more of a healthy version of himself coming after all those health complications and stuff. He's less juiced up, to put it less politically correct. He's less juiced up than he used to be, and I think Hermes is really taking it to that top spot, and he's doing what it takes. So in my opinion, I think Hermes would win against Denis. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment. Let's continue to hear what Zaur says here.
Уже не будет Эрмеса бороться. Если нет взрывного старта, все, там уже ничего не поможет.
So that was it. He thinks that Denis would be able to beat Hermes, but a lot of this seems to be just him supporting his fellow countrymen, being that they're both Russian athletes, and I would assume they would want to bring each other's level up just to make all of them look as good, especially considering we saw Zaur actually sparring with Saplenkov and getting pins on Saplenkov. So if he can make it seem like Hermes is not able to beat Denis and that he's able to beat Denis, then it looks like Zaur is even better than Hermes. But I know Zaur is a beast. I definitely don't deny that. But in my opinion, I believe that Hermes would beat Denis if they were to have a match. But let me know what you guys think on this.